Got changed. For some reason, my settings got changed. And I haven't had sound this whole time. But, thank you. Jesus Christ, I can't type.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Anyway, the defaults changed there, so thank you for pointing that out. That is good. That would have been a complete disaster. Speaking of, it's probably good that I didn't stream last night then, because I didn't check my sound last night. But no matter, no worries. Keep OBS in the side there. Ricky plus troll bans, and I forgot to mention the Death Prophet ban too. Yeah, we're on a 2-minute delay, so you'll hear me in 2 minutes. Death Prophet ban I forgot to mention. Just a really strong pushing hero. I don't think it's like central meta necessarily, Death Prophet, but if you go for like a puck or something, it can be kind of nice to play Death Prophet into, so it does open Grapefruit up for that if they want to potentially pick an offlaner. Earthshaker is also incredibly strong right now too, with the shard. And it's a good change to the hero as well. I think it's Earthshaker's in a really good spot for a lot of different reasons because of that. You get so much more actual disable with the hero now instead of feeling kind of awkward. Feeling kind of awkward whenever you throw out a fissure and then you have to walk up next to the person that you stun. Thank you for pointing out the sound.
5 seconds remaining.
Also, I do appreciate No Sven's effort put into the banner. Definitely a very high quality banner. I appreciate that a lot. Disruptor, a lot of good cash for Nyx. It's a little bit annoying playing Disruptor into Nyx because if you get gone on, you're just going to get exploded. It's so hard for Disruptor to survive. Earthshaker not as much as a support, just because, you know, strength hero base, a lot of strength gain. That instant is the really big thing that Nyx wants you to boost up. So Grapefruit technique might be able to draft around that too. Disruptor is just good catch in general. And I think it's fine for Legion Commander too. No Sven seeming really confident in the Legion picked up with how fast they drafted that. Disruptor can kind of throw some damage into the duel as well. Obviously it isn't something like a Skywrath, but a bit of extra damage. The only downside is you're not really gaining benefit from the silence because Legion Commander is already silenced anyway, and I don't think it disables the shard unless you have eggs, but shard on Legion is pretty bad, so probably not an interaction we're going to see. And now I'm actually kind of curious if Disruptor eggs disables Legion shard. I don't think so, since it is technically not an item on the hero at the time. I don't think it silences passive items though. It doesn't disable passive, so it wouldn't make sense if you had eggs. But yeah, just more strength throws on top of this. Again, a lot of catch. They don't have a lot of things that can play around the Mars pick right now. Winter Wyvern would have been one of those things. You could maybe look for a Mirana as well. Clockwork is the other like hero that can fly out of the arena, but they're probably not going to be picking up a Clockwork at this point. Maybe thinking of a Bat Rider that's still in the pool right now. They do not have last pick, so they're totally free to pick a mid hero right now. You don't have to worry about getting countered anyway if they feel like they don't want to get or risk getting a mid hero banned within these last two bans here for Grapefruit. They could potentially go for that. I think Bat Rider might be their best choice this game. It's not great into Disruptor, I guess, with the sendback always being a constant fear, but you need something to pierce through Jug Spin TP. You do have the Legion Commander duel. If you have the timing, they will just go for the core here instead of going mid. Phantom Lancer able to get outside of the Mars arena, but there is a lot of damage still to clear off PL illusions as well. They have a lot of good catch for PL in the Disruptor. PL has no save for that once you get stuck out in the field, and I think this is definitely like a really good Earthshaker game at this point. You have a lot of work to do. It's cut out for you if you're playing Earthshaker here. Shaman stuns, very nice to cancel out. Same thing with saving people inside those Legion duels, and of course Phantom Lancer. There's high damage potential, high damage ceiling here for the Earthshaker. And Invoker getting banned out too. That might be targeted as well, but also Invoker plus Legion, kind of a classic. This might be a good Zeus game for them as well on No Sven, but it doesn't seem terrible. I like playing Zeus into Blink Heroes because it always makes your initiations incredibly pesky. But I think they could get away with a Puck, and maybe they could get away with a Bat Rider. Puck seems pretty good here too, but again, you have the Disruptor. It feels like you kind of need to go for a tankier mid, so potentially a DK, but then they're really on the low damage side. They need some more damage out of their mid laner for sure. Void Spirit's another really good ban. Invoker would have filled up that hole quite a bit for No Sven, but No Sven high damage mids. Okay, they just go for the Puck. The only reason I was like on the Puck is because the Disruptor's already in the pool. And I don't think you can... I think it damages you instantly. Although you might be able to blink out of phase shift. Now that I think about it. So maybe it's fine. It's kind of just a weird timing for sure. Puck kind of solves their damage issues, but still, I think they're going to have issues with it in the mid game. You probably don't need to worry about getting a pipe as Mars, but you can still potentially pick up a hood. Most of these heroes, like Disruptor, just buy the raindrops. Buy raindrops, and you'll be fine against Puck, against PL for the start of the game when it's a lot of magic damage, and against Nyx Assassin. A lot of magic damage on No Sven, not a lot of physical damage to back it up until you get into that, 30-40 minute games, which is not really late game yet, but it's somewhat end of the mid game, which No Sven's going to have a power spike. If they can get off to a great start, their chances look good, but I still like Grapefruit's draft a little bit better here. It just seems like they had precognition or something with the Earthshaker pick into Phantom Lancer. And then just a lot of their heroes, sure, they're a bit squishy on their supports or on their support Disruptor. But, I mean, you look at a lineup of Tiny Mars, Juggernaut, Earthshaker, that is a hard lineup to kill when you don't have a lot of damage. No Sven heavily reliant on magic, which does kind of spike in the mid game, but I just don't think they have enough of it. Puck is decent here and there, but if Grapefruit can win 2 lanes, I would say they're looking really good at taking the game at around like 35 minute mark before No Sven can get off the ground with Phantom Lancer. But again, if Legion has a really good lane too, that is a hero that can carry you through the mid game if you're getting a lot of dual damage early. Could be a priority for No Sven. They don't have a great dual, guaranteer, I guess you could say, like Zeus or like Invoker or Skywrath, that can just make sure these duels are going to happen. But I still think that is a potential. If No Sven can pick up two out of 3 lanes, I still think there's a slight advantage for Grapefruit, but it's looking better than it would if they lose 2 out of 3 lanes. And that's normally the thing I try to look at there, because obviously we can't have a tie in that aspect. So definitely like Grapefruit's draft a bit better though. I would probably say it's like a 60-40 right now for me. Always gonna have a lot of leeway in there. Never hurts to not be sure. Sometimes does, but not in this incident. And still a bit of a movement for no Sven. Oops, I just bumped my mic. That was probably really loud. Tiny is still a hero. Especially Tiny mid as well. Not something you see too often. 5-man move though into the Radiant jungle. Grapefruit being smart enough to avoid this. I do like this ward here coming out from CHAZZ. Nyx is a good hero at running around killing couriers early on, which this is the kind of ward that will catch that. It is nice to have a ranged hero doing that too, but still, it's a play you can make with a Nyx. Did not... Okay, he did get boots first, so that helps with that as well. Able to run down, get some courier kills, which is huge if you can do as a 4, especially before the carry is able to get any regen out. If you can kill the courier before the first delivery, you are golden for winning your lane. Hocket as well, doing the same build as the Nyx Assassin brother in the bot lane. CHAZZ and Hawken basically having the same mind right now. Also, both leveling the stun first. Unfortunately, a bit of a miss there for Hocket. He might have done this on purpose, but I'm not quite sure. Letting one creep go past. It does delay the lane for a little bit, but obviously this isn't what he wanted. Now that I think about it, yeah, you definitely, even to like deny the melee creep here, which they're definitely going to get, or at least not deny, but they can get the last hit guaranteed. I think he definitely wants this underneath the tower just to make it a bit harder for the Phantom Lancer to last hit on undefined. Undefined. Might have a harder time last hitting underneath the tower there. Mid lane, this is very high damage on Tiny, and I think Tiny is going to win your CS battle early on, especially now that he has the lane on his own high ground. A little bit easier for him to avoid some right clicks from the puck and get a lot of damage into Jasper. Denies coming out there as well from Juichi. And yeah, it's looking like a pretty good start to the mid lane too, especially for the first wave anyway. This is kind of a hard one for Puck. You really got to rely on your spellcast here to pick up CS with just how much damage is going to come out of Tiny, and especially if he rushes phase boots, or not phase boots. This is Tread's game. I feel like you always get Treads on mid Tiny, but see what he ends up doing. Bot lane, Grapefruit's going to use the spin here just to farm up a couple of creeps. And I think that last hit just went to the creeps there, unfortunately for Grapefruit, but still, you appreciate being able to take away that stack. And Johnny Cash Money getting chased down by CHAZZ, but just a bit of right-click damage going for some harass there. Not really too much going to come of it. And with CHAZZ as well, this is a awesome Nyx set if you can acquire this Nyx set. Their early level in mana burn seems legit, but I always feel like you're only using... It's 100 mana at level 1 on the Nyx Assassin. It's... What else are you going to use? I guess Spike Carapace is okay. It's not great into the Juggernaut. And it's just so much mana to burn essentially nothing on a Juggernaut. So... It's at basically 90 mana. 45 mana, actually. It's almost nothing for the Nyx Assassin. Because it's 3 times, is it? Yeah, it's 3.5 times intelligence multiplier. Jug has 17 int. So you're looking at what is basically 60 mana. Which I guess is kind of annoying for a Jug since it's, you know, he has 290 mana overall. But still, gotta cast it quite a bit. Still gonna get a couple of spins off. I don't know. The things you think about when you pick a Nyx Assassin, because the hero is just... It's not the greatest laning experience. But once he gets into that level 6, that minute 10, he can maybe start rotating mid, helping out Jasper to potentially go for a kill, especially once Puck has level 6. It's a stun back top lane in the PL, but again, only harass. We're still not even close to a first blood yet. You can look at HP. Most of these heroes were sitting at half HP at the lowest, and that's as low as it's been. Maybe be a move top lane onto the Mars. He doesn't have any mana to save right now. Does go for the shackles, but unfortunately Undefined did not agree with that move. Trying to pair this with the Mars, maybe looking for the spear after. He doesn't actually have the mana for it. A couple of right clicks back into Undefined, but not enough to kill. Bottom lane, they're trying to run it Grapefruit. They didn't quite have the damage. Looks like a stun up and another mana burn from CHAZZ. Not quite enough to bring him down. And Legion, without early points and overwhelming odds too, kind of makes a kill on Jug hard to get. Would have been huge if they could have gotten it there. It's definitely not something I'm expecting at this point in the game with how these levels go. And Jasper and Juichi trading in the mid lane. Jasper going to commit for this too. Maybe try and get the kill onto Tiny, but he doesn't want to run up into that high ground, especially when he's going to have the high ground miss. I thought we might just have a duke it out there, but now Juichi going to run back in. There is no mana on Jasper, looking for a stun. He's got the toss as well. First blood to Juichi, just walks up to Jasper. About as easy as it gets for the mid Tiny. Completely out of mana on Jasper, and there was no response from his end. So there was a TP in top lane. Hockett looks like he went back to base there. We are getting close to those 5-minute bounty runes. Hockett might commit for this. Does have the fissure onto Blakebrand. They want to go for it, but I think he's just a little bit too far away. Plus the shackles. It's a pretty easy rune there for Blakebrand. Juichi also going to get his bottle filled. He is level 6 on this Tiny, just slightly ahead of Jasper. Did catch up when it comes to CS, because I think mostly that is from once you get more levels and abilities, you can kind of just clear the wave and also go farm the jungle, just like he does there. Just shove in the wave, and you're pretty happy with that. Just get a nice stun toss combo there to bring Puck to about half health. I like the pickup of the raindrops here just to avoid some of that damage. It would have been more raindrops mitigating some of that. Bottom lane, they get a lot of damage into Grapefruit again, and it looks like it's just right clicks from the CHAZZ. Just manning up. Total Chad move right there. Just right clicking the Juggernaut until he gets close to dying, and they have the stun from the next two if they want to commit for something. Hockett taking some damage top lane, but not really gonna go for a kill here. Undefined and Blakebrand don't really seem on the same page early on in this game. Blakebrand trying to be aggressive, but Undefined on moments it just feels a bit poorly timed from one or the other. Can't quite hit at the same time as Hockett this time. Actually, bottom, maybe going for a stun. Can't quite connect as he doesn't have the aftershock yet, but there's a TP bottom from Juichi looking for the kill onto CHAZZ, going for the self-heal. Does have the toss stun combo, and that is a dead Legion. 190 cold going to the Disruptor, who somehow gets the last hit through all that. Now 2 kills going towards Grapefruit. Not the greatest of starts for No Sven, but you do have a lot going into your Puck, which can be a big deal. Problem is Legion's not having the greatest of starts right now, and that was the hero I said maybe if they struggle in this early game, Legion could carry them through by getting some early duel damage, but I'm not sure if Jasper having this great of a start is going to be enough for them. Maybe Undefined winning top lane could be potentially a win here. He is level 6 compared to just the level 5 on Deviant Knight. So I think this actually might be 2 lane wins for No Sven. Did they lose bot lane hard enough, though? 7 minutes into this game, it doesn't feel like it's going great for this Legion down here. Although, XP-wise, a bit more on top. It's just the 2 kills. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong on Juichi too, but no matter. Whatever. Mid lane, Juichi gonna look for another stun toss combo. Does not quite do enough for the kill. We'll actually just pop the coil as well. The right clicks from Jasper. Is this gonna be enough? Plus the tower pops the coil and gets the kill. Jasper throwing out the tip as well. Not the coil snap. I think that kill would have been pretty hard. Blakebrand running in mid looking for the shackles. Can't quite get it. Hockett's pretty healthy here. 780 health. Plus the tranquil boots on top of that. No Sven does pick up their first kill, and yeah, it is looking like now they won the 2 lanes plus bottom. Might have been a win as well. So 3 lane wins for No Sven seems pretty good. It's unfortunate you die on the Legion once, but still waiting on this level 6, and I think an early duel win would be really beneficial for the CHAZZ. Also throw boots into this too on the PL. That's trying to go for a block here as Hawkett, but I don't think they can actually find this kill. Juichi may be looking for a toss back, but doesn't quite get it. We'll go for the... Oh, no. They thought they found the right one. Not really even anything tricky done by Undefined there. He just walks away, and the illusion that is as healthy as he is mistaken for the real PL. Undefined feeling pretty good about that. The Mars Arena down. Juichi really wants to find a kill here. Get revenge on Undefined. They will find the right one this time. Doppelganger away. The send back as well. Johnny Cash Money finds the right target. Looking for the stun is Juichi, as well as the Spirit potentially connects onto a tree. The toss stun combo from Juichi gets the kill. 220 gold going to the Tiny. Bit of an exchange in the side as well between Hawkett and Blakebrand, but really not too much damage there. No kill potential really. If we do take that mid tower, eventually Jasper can find the kill, but I mean, Juichi makes it easy. No Spike Carapace coming out there in time for the Nyx. Gets blown up by the Tiny before he could get it off, and CHAZZ able to clear off the bottom tower too, so no Sven. A very strong start in the laning stage. Making their presence felt, taking 2 early tier 1 towers. Don't think anybody's going to rotate in time to save this. They will just give this one away. Okay, Grapefruit running through the jungle as well, having to just drop back and farm over here. It is pretty hard to stick in lane with the Legion Commander. Guaranteed. We'll be able to find a broom handle there, though, so it speeds them up slightly. Not exactly the most helpful item. Maybe the... I don't know if there's a better tier 1 item for a jug, though. Actually, probably Chip Vest would have been the best for him, now that I think about it. Especially if he's just going to be farming creeps like this for the longest of times. It's a while before he even picks up a Maelstrom. And yeah, Grapefruit, it's going to be... His game is really hurt by this as well. 3 lane wins for no Sven. Feels really good. Juichi did a lot of rotating early on as well, which kind of gives away the mid tier 1 tower as they try and find kills, but no Sven up by 4k gold, and top lane I'm missing kills too. Or no, where did that even happen? I'm not even sure how they did that. Jeez. With the level 6, I didn't even see him run up with the Vendetta. Gets a huge kill on the Juggernaut. Juichi looking for a response here, but not quite going to find it. He's just getting caught out by Jasper with the coil, going for the duel. It's going to be an early one for CHAZZ as he's level. It can't quite get the kill, though. The Mars Arena coming through blocks the attacks, and they don't get the last right click to get the duel win. She's dropping now as well. Going for the heal is from the Legion. The CHAZZ keeping his Nyx alive, in the stun back on Deviant Knight. Locks him down. They can continue to chase, dodging the orb as Deviant, but it doesn't matter. The silence connects. Jasper with the triple kill. Waning Rift doing the last bit of damage there, and it's 5-4. I believe that's the full team wipe coming out from no Sven. Actually, no, they missed a kill there, because they did have 1 kill before that. Yeah, they just haven't killed Hawkett yet. Which isn't too surprising, I guess, because Hawkett, it's a little hard for him to do much right now, too. It's a little hard to just walk into a PL and expect something to happen. Still got to be careful about that, though, if you are Phantom Lancer this early on in the game. Might be the hero they need to look for, and really, it's up to the space making of CHAZZ right now. PL doesn't need that long in the jungle if he has a great start. And this wasn't exactly like the perfect start he could have hoped for, but I think still an incredibly good start for PL. Despite the lane maybe not being the easiest into a Mars, as they do get a return kill onto a Nyx here. 5 heroes sitting high ground as he popping out the Vendetta there. They catch him, Blakebrand as well. Send back from Johnny Cash Money. 2 kills secured for Grapefruit. And still a 6k gold lead, though. You gotta look at the cores just farming in the meantime. I mean, next, you're just kind of trying to do your job as much as you can, scout as much as you can. CHAZZ even gonna get some right clicks into the bottom tier 2 tower with nobody rotating yet. Is working on a blink for the Tiny. Juichi. What does he have flying out? This seems like an item. Nope. Because we're only 13 minutes in. It's not a bad timing for the blink if you can get this before 16 minutes, but it might be a bit. I think they're trying to look for the PL as well. It's a level 8 Mars Deviant Knight. Eventually pushing this top tier 1, but still CHAZZ ramming it down bot lane. Getting half HP tower. And just so much space created as they actually rotate Deviant Knight bottom. I think they had wanted to push top on Grapefruit. But with CHAZZ pushing bottom, he forces them to rotate. And yeah, he's looking great too. Blade Mail up already for that Legion Commander. I think working on a Blink Dagger after this as well. And they're up to a 7k gold lead. No Sven looking strong. And yeah, I think this is okay. That goes so fast I can't even say a word on it. I guess I could have started early. Cheese just stunning in after the Vendetta strike, blink up on Puck, and it's about. I feel like I've said it so many times this game, but that's about as easy as it gets. A kill onto the enemy core. Exactly what you could ask for. Is the spear actually missing here? Blake Brand's still alive for this. No team here to help it, but they've gotten a kill on Juichi meantime. Way in the mid lane, he's still working on that Blink Dagger. So, sure, you kill a support, but the gold swing is huge for no Sven. Up 9k despite the tied kill score. Just a very aggressive start from No Sven as well. They're going to try and go for a smoke play onto the backside. Johnny Cash Money leading in with the Disruptor ult onto the Puck. Jasper able to walk out of it for now, but the spear connecting should die to all the damage after that. They just need to keep him silenced for a little bit so Deviant Knight can lead in. And now Cheese getting Omni Slash. Might not be enough for the kill. He does have the Vendetta as well. Needs to walk out of this. Jukes back towards that bottom tier 2. And a great play there from Cheese. He should be able to get out of this as well if he wants to TP. But with the Tranquils, he might not even need to go back to base. Instead, they can try and look for a kill here. They know the Juggernaut is sitting on the low ground, but I think he's spotted here. Grapefruit going to get caught out by Undefined, going for a spin. Doesn't have enough mana for the TP, but still the right clicks might just be enough for Undefined. Missing the stun is the Nyx. Undefined still wants to go for this. Got the Fusel. Isn't going to go past that tier 2, though. Doesn't want to dive quite yet as Deviant Knight going to get focused down completely out of mana. Is dodging the tiny stun there as Undefined, staying perfect right now. Chuichi losing all of his. He doesn't have enough for a combo anymore. Jasper jumping in here, does have the coil if he wants to use it onto 2. No mana for the spin yet on the Jug. It's still a cooldown. The right clicks from Undefined finish it. The blink in, no, just the walk in from Hawkett after the TP. That's where he showed up from. The duel to follow that up. They get the win on the CHAZZ, and a lot of abilities used here for Grapefruit, leading to pretty much nothing. They could take that bottom tier 2 up 11k. A statement right now for No Sven. Beautiful fight from them. Undefined, making it look good, making it look easy. Doppelgangering the tiny stun. And getting the follow-up kills after that. They're able to run down the Juggernaut. Able to take the outpost before 20 minutes, and still, this is no blink on Tiny as well. He should have it before 20 minutes. Of course he's going to have it here. One more CS gets him the blink. Okay. Yes. Okay. It was a couple more, but point made. 18-minute blink. 18-15 if you really want to count the courier delivery time. But we'll see if they want to try and get aggressive with this Blink Dagger. It hasn't been looking up for Grapefruit. Being down this much early on. And No Sven's just looking really good thus far. I'm not even sure if it's just them simply play. Well, I guess it's just them playing the lanes better, basically. So Mars might just get a return kill on the Cheese right now. The supports are really the only ones dying for No Sven. Oh, I have Johnny Cash muted. I wonder when I played him, actually. I don't remember. That's kind of funny. Yeah, anyway, only the supports have really died that much here. Surprised Puck even has the 2, but I guess when you have a disruptor on the other team, you kind of got to deal with that. Fine is going to get ran down, trying to look for another kill onto Johnny Cash Money, out popping the ult. They do focus down the Shadow Shot, but the right click's coming through. CHAZZ does not have enough for the duel yet, does pop it back onto TV Knight. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. Just barely up to 50 damage on CHAZZ. And a 12k gold lead for No Sven. I guess I was just thinking about, like, I don't know if No Sven is just this much better, because this is a huge lead. They're kind of just stomping currently. It still looks somewhat close, but I'm not sure what the upside for this is for Grapefruit. If Juggernaut dies again, you might be able to find Tiny as well, getting him locked down with the Meteor Hammer. A nice stun there from Hockett to save his Tiny. Been close otherwise, but now getting ran down. CHAZZ looking for a duel, doesn't quite have it, does pop the Blade Mail. The ult coming through from Hockett, but it's not enough to get the kill. They will run down DV Knight as well. The Shackles coming through, right clicks, duel gone on the Mars. The God is down, and Johnny Cash Money, another God, dropping as well. Blinken clean it up. Jasper makes it happen. And yeah, it's not looking great for Grapefruit. I was completely wrong based on the draft. But, I mean, basically what happened is No Sven wins 3 lanes. You have more net worth in the first 10 minutes. And no real response from Grapefruit. Going untouched in the jungle was PL. So super early Diffusal Blade. And Grapefruit still working on it. He just now picked up that first farming item in the Maelstrom. So far behind on the net worth, and even Tiny as well, taking forever to pick up that blink, just because the fights that No Sven forced you to take were, you know, detrimental to your blink timing. Wasn't able to find any pickoff kills before he gets that picked up. And with 70 dual damage now on the CHAZZ, a lot of ways for No Sven to win this game. As the doors just opened up, they might look for the Juggernaut here. Grapefruit, especially low, does not have a lot of health. Going for the Meteor Hammer after the stun. I think he just spins this off as the timing isn't quite there. Cheese might just get ran down too. There's a killing spree at least. There's a coil back into the Juggernaut. Right clicks there from Jasper. Bring down the Juggernaut, and I think that it's Nick's stun to follow up. DV Knight down to right clicks after this. Yeah, he's dead. Silence finishes off on Jasper, and even with the hood there, I'm pretty sure you still die. And well, what I completely missed during that whole timing is Juichi dying in the mid lane.
Try harder.
I think this might be the Roshan pickup too. Honestly, I don't even think they need to use the wards for this. I'm kind of surprised they don't use the wards for the high ground push, honestly. But I guess the timing they think they have could be a bit off. You do have to worry about all these giant circle ults from Grapefruit. They do try and run to the Roche pit. Hockett has the blink plus the ultimate if he wants to go for this. They got to get vision inside the pit. Undefined still hitting this. Grapefruit not going to look for it either. They need to get vision inside the pit, but they don't quite get it. Undefined's a bit caught out in the pit as well, stuck in those wards. He is able to run outside now. Cheese going for the nice 2-man stun into the Meteor Hammer, connects on the 2. The dunk coming up, but it's not enough to get a kill. They've gotten the dual win on the backside as well. CHAZZ going for a heal, does die for this eventually, but still the damage has been done. Leashed up as Grapefruit. He is gone. Eggs picked up by Jasper in the meantime, and Johnny Cash Money just spent the buyback as well, but they already called GG. Grapefruit gone. I accidentally opened up the kill death assist screen before the net worth. I did not mean to do that, but No Sven picks up game 1 here. Looking really strong. Straight up outclassing Grapefruit. It's just great starts from Undefined. I really think it's just up to their cores there. You know, last hitting, winning lanes.
No, I haven't done DPC yet, Desperado.
Maybe one day. It's just too much work. It's just too much work. I feel like all the DPC matches are during the midday too. I could maybe jump into like Div 2 or lower bracket stuff, but just the timing's a little strange. We'll jump into the second lobby though. It could just be the higher skill team is no Sven. The drafts seem kind of one-sided though. Again, I could be completely wrong on my analysis of it. It seems like a really strong draft for no Sven, or not no Sven, the Grapefruit technique to have a great start, but still just getting outplayed in most of their lanes. I thought Juichi was going to have a great start against the Puck. I guess mid was probably the biggest draw in that last game too. Legion off to a good start. PL off to a really good start. Mid lane was just, you know, Puck has high CS numbers just because Puck farms the jungle so quickly. Tiny can as well, but it's obviously not the exact same. I think Puck was a really good pickup there by No Sven. And the only thing you had to worry about, Disruptor, got you killed once that whole game. It might have been twice. How many times did Puck die? Yeah, twice. So, no real worries there. This game, mostly about the laning stage. We'll see where we go in game 2. Seemed like pretty one-sided from the get-go there for No Sven. I need to update the record book, by the way. I will get to that at some point. I need to put season 8 in the record book. I don't know why. I thought I had, but I might have just forgotten to write it down or something for MD2L. I also need to add things to the record book, but I've been super lazy when coding that. Just because, I mean, coding all day and then getting time off just to code for the record book is kind of rough, but I think we have the Liquipedia now too, and Liquipedia might track stats from Dota buff, but I'm not really sure how that works. Could maybe do something with that now that I think about it. Could probably just write a bot. Game 2 though, No Sven versus Grapefruit. I will mark the win. 1 second. 0, 2, 1. Let me center this. Why is that so off center? Transform. Center vertically. Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do. Control Z. Okay, there's no such thing as Control Z. We're just gonna put that right there. It's completely off center, but hopefully I remember to change that. First pick Void Spirit though, not something I've seen in a while from a team. Normally, when the hero first came out, it was really strong to just pick it for off lane, mid, safe lane, but I think it's mostly relegated to like mid lane now. But no, what the fuck? This might just be confidence exuding from them right now, because a first pick Void Spirit into Death Prophet, Puck picked up by Grapefruit technique, immediately countered by the Death Prophet. That's a lot of confidence from them. basically an immediate Death Prophet pick too. Like, you didn't even think about it. And the Void Spirit as well. It's guaranteed to not go mid now. So I think it's similar to last game where they picked the Nyx Assassin first pick, I believe. Was that first pick last game? I think it was. They ended up putting it in pause 4. I think this is what's happening this game too. Is pause 4 first pick. And the Void Spirit coming out. Was it banned? It was banned in the very last stage of last game, so not even thought about until the very last round of bans in game 1. And no Sven confident enough in it to just start with it. You have definitely... I don't think you can throw Death Prophet anywhere else. Maybe you can do like a support Death Prophet, but I mean, when you're showing your lanes like this, you clearly think you're just gonna win the lanes no matter what. So Puck potentially just dodges and goes pause 4, and then we still have a mid pick from Grapefruit technique, but we'll see. I mean, you can kind of flex both of those heroes. No Sven definitely locked into Death Prophet mid though. Is Troll Ban gonna come out? No Sven still looking at supports for sure right now. The Troll Ban seems... I think this is like a core ban and then 2 support bans are gonna come for Grapefruit technique. Just showing maybe the 2 core roles on No Sven. Maybe it's a pause 4, but pause 5 most likely gonna get picked up here. We still have decent options like... obviously, pause 5 pool is way bigger, but I think Wyvern's not too bad this game. Long distance lockdown for Shadow Shaman is nice. Also, the ability to just stay on the outside of the team fight. Lockdown guaranteed for Puck as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Obviously, it's not like the greatest lockdown if you pick the Wyvern, but still, it's nice to have. You can maybe even get like a Skywrath or something here too if you want to go like balls out. Magic damage for No Sven. Grapefruit technique though. I think this is pause 3 picked next for them. They seem to... Wait, what was their pause 3 last game? The Mars, yeah. I mean, if you want to gravitate towards the team fight heroes, I think it's not a bad Tidehunter game, potentially. Just want something tanky in your lineup that can also deal a decent amount of damage. They don't really have damage issues yet, and I think Tidehunter can kind of help you with that. But you can maybe go for like a Centaur or something too if you just want to run away from this Death Prophet anytime they try and take a fight with Exorcism outside of a push. Some burst damage as well would be nice for the Death Prophet, but you're not really going to get that from an offlaner. Maybe an Elder Titan. Elder Titan's about the only burst damage offlaner, but nobody picks Elder Titan offlane for some reason. More people need to, clearly.
5 seconds remaining.
My phone has just been shut off this whole time, and now it is freaking out that I've turned it back on. Okay. Like everybody's casting. There's a lot of MD2L games in like the next couple days. Should maybe cast more Masters, but we'll see. Arcborn ban's a little strange right now. They actually don't ban any supports at all, it's just all cores. Because they just don't worry about it. Get rid of the cores when they give it to you. Just, you don't want to play against anything annoying. Don't worry about them pesky supports. A lot of damage for Pit Lord. Makes that kill a lot easier. It's not great in a Puck. but it's also not the greatest stun either if you're trying to cancel Shadow Shaman stuff. But I guess you have a long distance silence and a Void Spirit, Aether Remnant as well. So like plenty of options are still left. So this game, even though I said their draft was bad last game, I like their draft a lot more this game in No Sven. This seems like a great start. Just being able to flex these heroes in a lot of different positions. Like I said, Death Prophet, for sure, I think you have to throw it mid. Just because the hero relies too much on levels, you can't really put it in side lane and expect something good to happen. Core picked up from Grapefruit technique though, unless this is going to be an offlane weaver. But I feel like I've been seeing a decent amount of core weavers though in the safe lane. Against a Void Spirit potentially as well. And Monkey King picked up by No Sven, last pick offlaner maybe? Unless it's going to be a position 3 Void Spirit, which is not something I see too often. And then we'll have the last pick for the support. But yeah, No Sven could do a lot of things right now. Completely open to this. And I mean, they know they're going up against a Weaver. They don't have the greatest lockdown for the Weaver, but it's something you can maybe fix with your mid laner. Puck would have been the nice one, of course. But that being gone, I think they just need like one more catch hero. The silence is nice on Death Prophet for it. Maybe you don't need more catch. Maybe you just need damage here. Potentially a tank. If it's going to be offlaner, it doesn't seem like a bad... Honestly, for them, it doesn't seem like a bad Tidehunter game, again. Either way, I think it's just the easy pickup, too. Your offlaner doesn't really have to do much that way. Not a bad Mars game either, though. Again, Elder Titan is great into Underlord if you need some extra burst. It also gives you a lot of extra damage as well. Not a great Centaur game. What are some other offlaners that are good? Centaur's not even that great this patch either. Darkseer? Darkseer's been like a decent pickup in really high tier pro games, but I don't think we're going to see it as much in MD2L. It's actually a decent Darkseer game for Grapefruit, I think. Vacuum into a pit plus like Puck Coil. It's nice to have Ion Shell and Weaver as well. But I don't think they're going to play it. Mirror is okay for Void Spirit and Monkey King. It's kind of annoying Monkey King or game to play into a Monkey King if you're Underlord too. You're probably going to be laning against that. Get picked up as well. I mean, as long as Weaver's in the game, Rubik is fine. Sakuchi is just such a good spell to steal. Gets you around the fights a lot easier. Obviously, Underlord can kind of put somewhat of a stop to that, but still, your game's a lot of fun if you can get off the ground as the Rubik. Last pick, though, I figured they would do the last pick No Sven support, so unless this is a mid Rubik, they could totally be switching it up, but we should be doing Void Spirit off lane with Monkey King safe lane, Death Prophet mid, Witch Doctor 5, Rubik 4. And then Grapefruit gonna go for Wind Ranger mid or off lane. I think you can flex the Wind Ranger and the Puck, who's ever more comfortable. Grapefruit is going to go in the safe lane with the Weaver, Deviant Knight on the off lane, Underlord. Okay, and Hawkett is going to be playing the support Puck, so it is mid-ranger. One more time we go. So we get the BO2 rolling. Game 1 going to No Sven, of course. Big stomp from them. Coming game 1 and, well, game 2, Grapefruit technique trying to slap back. I like No Sven's draft a bit better. in game 2, and I think it actually puts them a little bit ahead of Grapefruit for this game.
5 seconds remaining.
Especially, it's hard to bounce back after a stomp like that too, so we'll see how Grapefruit does here. The draft is okay. I think they're countered pretty heavily by the Death Prophet. If anything, they have a lot of damage for this Underlord too. No Sven's in a spot where if you can just get a good start, basically win one lane, draw another, you look pretty good. Don't even necessarily have to win the lanes, draw two, and you're still good. No Sven looking strong. I didn't know it's like an MMR. I would have to look at the average MMR. Hold on. Let me bring up the sheet. Season info. There we go. Not that. Where is my roster? Okay. We have Captain MMR. I need average MMR. Okay, let's go here. CHAZZ has average MMR or total MMR of 21. 21,000. Sorry, I was reading something there. That was weird. Grapefruit has a total MMR of also 21,000. This is like super close. Might just be the differences in might be the differences in position. Was it CHAZZ 4,300, Jasper? Undefined is 6K. Holy shit! And I just have the 2K soda water. I should probably be watching the game. Yeah, it's just the 6K player. Undefined. And they're still able to take him down. That's impressive. I guess, wait. Am I just completely, yeah, I got fooled by the Monkey King. I was like, where is he? Yeah. No Sven, of course, with Undefined, having a great game last game. Looking to continue that with the Monkey King, and that's probably easier to do with the Monkey King as well. PL just is kind of a slower hero, at least whenever it plays on my team or I'm playing as PL. Obviously, whenever I'm playing a core, it's a really slow hero. Doesn't matter, I can't farm, but the CHAZZ able to pick up that bottom rune. It is going to be Death Prophet off lane. No. Okay, I was totally wrong. Jasper is going mid on the Rubik on this prediction. And I think they spotted out the early rotation as well. They know where Pit Lord's going. Oh no, this is really bad for them. Deviant Knight's even TPing for this. They spotted out the Monkey King in the top lane. And they're gonna get here at a really good time too. Chi still sitting bottom. And with Deviant Knight TPing down here, they've immediately lost the lane exchange, and Monkey King is prepared for this. Not a great matchup for a Pit Lord. Obviously not the one they wanted, as you can see. They wanted to swap it there. That's a great call by NoSven. CHAZZ going top lane, not even using his TP. The big swaps happen, and NoSven coming out on top to start with the matchups. Will be the supports that have to TP, but you don't really worry too much about that. It's more about the cores matching up here. Mid lane, it's a Rubik into a Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger with 58 damage, Rubik with 64. Holy shit, he has a lot of base damage on Rubik. He also just has more stats too, on the extra +2 anyway. It's actually insane how much damage Rubik has. Did not know that. I was kind of expecting the Wind Ranger to have more. This might actually be Jasper favored. Especially that plus the Fade Bolt. They both have burstable spells. And levels on Rubik are always appreciated. Not used to seeing a mid Rubik, of course, but Arcane Supremacy going to help you out quite a bit. Top lane, they're getting a lot of damage into Grapefruit, as CHAZZ doing a nice job here with the harass, able to deny off a range creep there too. And I don't think this is quite blocking. They did block this camp initially, but Johnny Cash Money getting rid of that ward there. He's able to get the grab on the cheese, but really no damage. Just some harass here. Going for the Sakuchi. Not going to have the time. CHAZZ gets the kill on Grapefruit, who went just a bit too far in the 8th. The Remnant, the max range. They can go for the kill on a Johnny Cash Money, but they don't quite get it. Fairy Fire popped by the Shadow Shaman into a Sal. Will survive there. Bottom lane as well. They're trying to go on a Hawkit, but clearly not going to be a kill. It's just some extra harass with the Maledict. Orb up now as well. Not really a potential to kill. And Witch Doctor Monkey King actually seems like a pretty decent lane to kill a Pit Lord if you're going to. You probably need a couple more levels on the Witch Doctor beforehand, though. Same thing for the Monkey King. Probably level 2 Jingu is really what you're hoping for. Almost getting double the bonus damage, so scaling is nice there. And I think that's what he goes for. Is this a max Jingu lane? Because you're probably not going to do Tree Dance just because I feel like whenever you max Tree Dance, you're expecting to farm. And this doesn't feel like a game where he needs to leave the lane at all. I am missing a kill onto the Void Spirit top lane. Cheese dropping. Fortunately for him. Does get a courier kill, Blake Brand. And I think he got his items, though. Obviously, I can't tell now, but... Wait, doesn't it pop up? That's so quick. Where did he go? Yeah, he's maxing Jingu. Okay. Now, I think it's 1-1-2 then, but I could be wrong. I'm not a big Monkey King player. Undefined, not really playing this offlane either. It's just the core Monkey King here in the offlane. Burning food. Okay.
Could be worse.
Look at the denies though. Holy shit, Undefined. I mean, this is what happens when you lane an Underlord into a Monkey King. He's just going to be perfect with the denies. Even if you spam Firestorm, it just makes it easier for him. 14 and 13. He's almost matched his CS. Damn near perfect right now on the Monkey King. And I think he's basically 1 CS behind perfect right now. Same thing for Jasper mid too. He's actually getting a really nice start on this Rubik. Only 2 denies on him. Still, Rubik doesn't really scale the greatest with gold either, but still, it's nice to have. Able to beat out the puck. Not really a stomping lane. Or beat out the puck. Beat out the Wind Ranger. Not really a stomping lane for him, but still. Looks like Juichi actually won out the bottle rune war there. And CHAZZ plus cheese. For something in the top lane as we do get a grip here back onto cheese. Doesn't have a way to get over the trees. Yes, he does. Dissimulate popped, and there is no response to that. Bottom lane, meanwhile, they've got the Jingu stacks up. They haven't used the stun yet, and this is looking like a dead Underlord, especially with the Maledict on top. Hawkit gonna back off of that one too. Able to dodge the tower shot there. Undefined. Just making every little play that counts. Top lane as well. They've killed off the Weaver again. It's a second death for Grapefruit, and not one you want to see on a Weaver early on either. Socket may be able to go high ground and get another rune if he spots it here, but no, he's actually just going to walk back. He has mana for the next orb, so Blake Brand could maybe force it out, but still not going to chase that far. No kill guaranteed. Jasper did end up dying in the mid lane. Might need to be careful again, as Juichi could go for this with Focus Fire. It's a little hard, but stolen power shot might help just a bit. Maybe get a return kill. Still doesn't have a level in the telekinesis, actually. I guess this is pretty legit, though. For a Rubik. Just maxing those two, especially when you can steal something like the Shackle Shot and just have that much longer of a stun as Aether Remnant. This time again, connecting from cheese. Max range right clicks are enough. No Fairy Fire to pop that time for Johnny Cash Money. Finally, they've killed the Shadow Shaman in that top lane after trying a couple of different times. Mid lane, Blakebrand looking for a stun. Gets the coconut out. Still does not have the lift. He has a power shot too if he wants to pop it here, but Jasper might need to be careful how far he wants to dive as he's tanking a power shot to the face, going for a power shot back. Juichi tanking that, but not quite dying. Witch Doctor dropping as well. The rotation from DV Knight back to the mid lane. Giving up on bot lane. 2 undefined, and the 6K player both of these games is having fantastic starts, and I think that might be the deciding blow if this game does go towards no spend. You gotta look at how good of a game undefined has in both of these, how good of starts he's had in both of these games. DD isn't picked up, but he is so slow. Still having yet to pick up boots. Rubik just loafing around. It's a 2K gold lead now for no Sven, and we're kind of seeing it similar to how we were last game, with just strong starts from them, as we do have an Exorcism pop top lane, but CHAZZ, well, Cheese is just insane at these Aether Remnants, I guess. Like 100% every single time I'm looking, he's connected. CHAZZ using the Exorcism here, though, is not quite sure what that was popped for, but I mean, he can go farm with it, I guess. Not the biggest loss, undefined. Taking a bit of damage in the bot lane, but he has a salve there from Blakebrand, and DB Knight's finally rotated back down here after being relegated to the jungle for just a bit. I'm looking for the 8-minute runes now. A lot of rotations early on from the mid laners. They kind of just dropped the mid lane and looked for kills elsewhere, as the CHAZZ almost certainly dead here. Power shot to his face into shackle shot, and down goes the CHAZZ. No help there. The support left, and not really much either of them could do. Void Spirit or the Witch Doctor. 3 heroes being in the area. Undefined up to 50 CS. Somehow beat by Jasper. Even despite dying once, Jasper's still on top of the CS chart. I should probably swip over to net worth as the right click's coming into DB Knight bot lane. Maledict here as well. It's a level 2 Maledict, and for sure DB Knight gonna drop to that. They will just back off. Power shot barely missing from Juichi. So he might still dive this, running back into Jasper. Stolen power shot there. Does not have a stun still. Telekinesis not leveled yet. Blakebrand was with the follow-up if he wanted to, but still just gonna wait it out. And at least they're able to push down that bot lane. Again, it's not quite as big of a lead that game one had. No Sven maybe faltering a little bit. That's Grapefruit. Definitely, they're playing better in the second game. The draft is, I think, a bit worse than last game. I'm not sure. I think maybe they're about the same, and No Sven just drafts a lot better this game. And still just playing the same way. Grapefruit definitely stepping up in game 2 thus far to keep this close. Still have a lot of options too. The biggest worry I have is just Undefined taking over the game again. Just going completely untouched bot lane on this Monkey King. Not on top of the net worth yet. Somehow CHAZZ actually on top of the net worth. Again, despite the 1 death, he's on top. He's gotten all the kills, all the action. Spotted by him, and 2 kills, or at least 2 kill involved for Undefined. Basically tied though. The rest of the team just looking to make space for Undefined. They want to push in, I believe, with the Death Prophet ulti as soon as this is back on the high ground. They have a catapult here too when they get to this high ground. Monkey King just farming. Meantime, able to pick up some wards or some runes. Bounty rune secured by Undefined as they do pop the Exorcism from the CHAZZ, but still not quite finding the timing yet. Hawkit is just gone. So much damage coming out from Jasper. And the puck gets deleted. Meanwhile, Undefined just TP'd to the top lane to continue farming. The CHAZZ still not quite getting damage into the tower yet, but they do get some kills here. And basically just 2 minutes of free space for their Monkey King, and Grapefruit was mid lane for some of that time as well, not quite getting the same freedom that Undefined got. With the extra attack range too from the broom handle, my goodness. This is a hard Monkey King to deal with right now. Maelstrom coming soon, probably into an Agnes after that. And just the bottom tier 1 gone though. Normally what you see in a Death Prophet lane is this tower falling early, but they still trying to keep it alive. Did get it pretty low as there's a bit of a smoke coming out from Jirichi and Johnny Cash Money. Back onto the high ground. If they spot Undefined here, it would be ideal, but there's the smoke pop up on the high ground, just prepared for it, was Undefined. And great positioning there by the Monkey King. You spot them as soon as this smoke pops and you can move away. No chance for a stun. I guess that's why you would want to gank from this direction too, because most likely they're going to be farming at this camp over here. So when you try and approach from this way, your smoke pops like right here, where maybe you can get a stun off if it's popping, you know, when you actually have vision of the hero. I'm just noting that for myself in the future when I'm trying to get better at Dota as well. It's always hard to tell because you never know if there's going to be heroes on the high ground. Instead, I'm just completely ignoring Juichi getting kills with a DD onto the Rubik. Completely cleaning up the enemy mid laner. There's Blake Brand throwing out a stun when run popped, and I gotta deal with. Undefined still hasn't died yet. Get a kill on the enemy mid laner, and they're keeping this one at a 2k, 1k gold lead. No, Sven still hasn't pushed that far ahead with this Death Prophet. Not really doing a lot of pushes, actually. I think Grapefruit's doing a really good job at defending these pushes even now. Again, you're giving a lot of space to Monkey King, but they are saving their map in the meantime. Giving a decent amount to the Weaver, as well as the Pit Lord. Who Deviant Knight, of course, had a really rough start into that Monkey King. This is still no level. Wait. No, this is like, yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't put like one value level in it, just to have a stun on this team other than Witch Doctor or Aether Remnant or Monkey King. You still have a decent amount of stuns, but they could have used the lift once or twice, I feel like. But 5 to 6 as this game slows down a little bit. Undefined has the Maelstrom picked up now, is going for that Agnes. Not too surprising there. Maelstrom being worked on for Grapefruit. Basically an item behind right now the Monkey King. Juichi as well, just an item behind the Monkey King. Working on finishing up this Maelstrom. I guess it's basically like he's essentially tied with the Monkey King when it comes to items, but still not, we're slightly behind. Weaver definitely the furthest one behind when it comes to cores right now. Rubik, again, you don't really need too much gold on this hero to really do your job, unless you're trying to like go for super high damage. Don't think that's something they need this game. Looking for probably let's just go to E-Blade after. It's a really good Ghost Scepter game, especially into Wind Ranger plus Weaver. And Puck as well can be useful against. CHAZZ and Cheese gonna roam bottom. The 2 lane partners looking at another potential target. Still haven't taken that top tier one. They did get a little bit more damage into it, but not quite enough to kill. Rocket still defending this mid lane. Blake Burn a bit out forward right now, but Juichi not going to be there for the shackle shot, nor Johnny Cash Money looking for anything. Does pop the wards on the very right side of the tower, looking for a stun initiation cast coming out. Blake Brand doing some bit of damage there, and Jasper cleaning it up. Again, it's just all that magic damage coming out from Jasper. This Bug's back on the Blake Brand. This is a dead Shadow Shaman. Cannot keep Grapefruit locked down anymore. Is Undefined rotating in, going for the Monkey King ulti. They keep Cheese on top of the coil as well. Juichi cleaning him up, getting a kill, and it's a 2-for-1 at the moment. No Sven losing this fight early on. And I think that's going to be it too. They didn't quite take the tower, but they'll take the 2 kills for just losing the Shadow Shaman. I think they're not going to be able to get another chance at this either with Jasper stealing the power shot. Just going to push this back. Fade Bolt to follow. And still a lot of levels there for Jasper, though. I think that's kind of crucial for him. He gets some gold as well. So you do give up some stuff in the mid lane, but you're keeping your tier 1 alive. Not quite giving this one away yet. Is Hocket looking top lane? They want to try and find CHAZZ. They're not going to find Undefined, who is farming on the other side of the map. You can tell Undefined is 6k. Just because of every single time I look, he's on the right side of the map. Every time that Grapefruit tries to go for a gank, he just somehow knows, and he's on the exact opposite spot. He's just playing it safe here too, knowing that, yeah, I'm on top of the network chart. I don't want to die or try and throw away any gold, so just keep it safe. I don't really need to commit to a lot of these fights. Did show up to the last one, but didn't quite get a kill. But not quite pushing it either. Just wants to get this eggs picked up and then maybe look for something. You can start pushing more buildings then, but still a Death Prophet lineup that only took 1 tower in the first 20 minutes is kind of a victory for Grapefruit. But they gotta find this Monkey King. They have an Atos now as well on DB Knight. They are gonna go for a smoke. Bottom lane, they don't quite see him. Undefined again. Just knows something's going on. He can feel it. They're not showing on any heroes right now. For Grapefruit, Undefined seeing that is just going to hide in the trees here. No Sven, I think they have an idea where this is at too, because look at their other players. Blake, Brand, CHAZZ, and Jasper just sitting on the complete opposite jungle high ground. They will finally go for this tier 1. No Sven spotting this out. Does go for a stun back into Hocket, but they don't quite have the damage. Power shot missing. Maledict, I believe, missing as well, but they're still looking clean up the kill. Undefined with the 2-man stun. Maybe going for a shackle back into him. They keep him locked down, but again, you just have to abandon your support there. Shadow Shaman almost certainly dead after. No, pushing back in as Juichi gets the Maelstrom procs back into the Death Prophet. CHAZZ dropping, and now Jasper might just be next. The Atos coming out, going for the Monkey King ult as it gets canceled once. Back underneath the tier 2. They're trying to keep Jasper alive as he might just finally die to the orb there. They clean up Grapefruit, somehow stuck inside that Monkey King ult, going for a last bit of damage, but no, trying to get greedy was CHAZZ. Ends up dying to Hocket before the Pit Lord TP out comes, and it's a 2-for-3. Or 3-for-3, sorry. That is the buyback on Puck. The gold advantage still going towards Grapefruit. Undefined doesn't die there. He gets a nice kill onto the Weaver. And a decent fight there for Grapefruit, but still this Monkey King looking stronger. This is getting closer to the eggs. Juichi making some nice plays there to clean up the CHAZZ and really push back at this no Sven lineup, as they have vision on Juichi as well. No way to get down to the low ground other than the blink, and he does spot this out. They have the wards there, of course, on the ancient stack. Blake Brand might be able to spot this too. They see that, yeah, they should be able to see it now. The ward being there. I think this blocks, right? Yeah. They might just not see that the camp is blocked, since they missed the bounties too. I think it spots the smoke if they go for something too. They are a bit grouped up, but we'll see if they want to go for a push. Exorcism's down for another 30 seconds and still not finding it. 5 sentry. Ooh. Barely missed. I think they get it though. Normally the other sentries over here. Blake Bren, no! It's right here. It's right here. He's so close. It's a footstep away. He's got it. Sniffing it out. Undefined does have the eggs picked up. We're going for a BKB on Grapefruit as well. What is the eggs on Weaver, actually? Oh, yeah. The shard is pretty decent too, but there's no real invis hero and no spend, so I don't think you go for that here. Decent into Ricky. We'll look for basically a tie game right now, according to net worth. Can they find the Monkey King? They're already gonna pop the coil to start this fight. Hawk it. Not really having a follow-up though. Not quite sure what the plan was there. Be expecting a little bit more from them after the coil. But not quite lined up for the kill. Define can just sit underneath that and be fine, and maybe even thinking about a Monkey King ulti on his own as the blink out in time from Juichi. Doesn't want to risk getting caught out by this monkey. Kind of flexing right now with that ulti pop, and Fortify being pop. Grapefruit gets pushed back in the top lane. No Fortify to use for Grapefruit either if they continue to push this tier 2 on no Sven, but they will back off for now. And again, this Death Prophet lineup, 22 minutes into this game, has only taken 1 tower. Grapefruit on 2. It's an impressive feat for sure. This Blakebrand does get a stun back into Hocket and is getting rooted up, but not able to get too much damage into him to bring down the puck. Barely going to take anything from this Maledict, as dropping his Blakebrand. A bit of space for Grapefruit as well. BKB picked up on Undefined, or at least going for still decent amount of way, but not even like a Roche play either. This doesn't really feel like a Death Prophet game, honestly. I feel a little bit afraid to go for a push. Since even Grapefruit up by 1k now. I mean, still basically just looking at a tie game, but you know, first time this series it feels like they've been leading. I'm feeling that too. We may be looking at a smoke as well on Blakebrand. I knew he would find the ward, and he does. Still not looking for a push though. We're just farming. It's one of those games. I like the aggressiveness of Grapefruit though. They might be able to find Undefined this time. Pausing though is Grapefruit himself. I think they see Undefined here. I'm not quite sure, but maybe they see him. This is huge if they can find this kill. Still no BKB on the Monkey King, so he doesn't really have a save for this. But of course it's really hard to catch this hero out. And their jump would be the Puck, who doesn't quite have Blink yet. I guess their catch is on the Pit Lord too, but he's so far back. It's really just, can you get this coil off? Bugs would be nice too to get on the Monkey King, but we'll see. Fine, getting a bit spotted. They jumps right next to the tree on the Weaver, but they can't quite get a jump. They just don't have the blink on Puck yet, so as soon as they see him, they can't react, and Undefined has that extra second, and that's more than enough. Juichi, meanwhile, in the mid lane, taking quite a bit of damage. The silence there as well, but not quite enough to get the kill. DV and 90 even turning this, but the coil now used on the 2 supports mid lane. Not even supports, sorry. I always see the Rubik, and I assume it's support. It is the mid laner in Jasper. Dropping. Johnny Cash Money turning this around, dropping the wards back into Undefined, but still going to be a kill onto the Shadow Shaman. Now Cheese getting focused down slightly. Not quite going to die for this, though. Even jumping back into Juichi, but I don't think that's what he wanted. Is now he's just going to take the right clicks down, and Juichi getting a free kill there. Cheese to fall, and 3 down for no Sven. We do approach that 25-minute mark. The bounty runes spawning, as maybe they even look for more. CHAZZ running up to the high ground, stun back into the Weaver, Shackle Shot connecting, but do they have the damage for Undefined? Here comes the power, the focus fire from Juichi gets him with the procs. They had vision the whole way, and the Shackle Shot missing on the CHAZZ, but I think you're pretty happy with that kill nonetheless. Is Break Plan turning this back into Juichi. Heal on the mid laner and the Wind Ranger. And CHAZZ as well, trying to maybe get a follow-up on a Hawk. It would just be the support, but the Yules popped there defensively to get rid of the silence. They hit the Remnant again from Cheese, cleans it up. And a 3 for 2, no Sven, turning it into basically an even fight, but you killed off the Monkey King, and look who is on top, the king of the net worth chart, Grapefruit. He's got the BKB picked up. Slightly ahead. Doesn't have the eggs that Monkey has, of course, but still he's got the BKB. Monkey still working on that Undefined. Looking for answers now. Why is Nightlight on? Microsoft. It was slowly turning itself on, I could tell. I don't need that right now. I feel like we need more Rubik Meteor Hammers. More people need to buy Meteor Hammer on Rubik. Also, the cast range is just insane on Rubik right now. If only they got the, oh. No, they didn't get the Keen Optic. I was gonna say. Totally a Keen Optic game for Rubik, just for the memes of the spell cast range. Johnny Cast Money getting some nice wards up those again. They're getting aggressive where we see No Sven just playing passive right now, waiting for Undefined to farm. And I think what No Sven really showed in game 1 is how they could play aggressive and take early fights and win them. But this game, they played it a little slow, like they just wanted to wait for Undefined, and now they're just going to lose another fight in the bot lane, potentially lose a tower as well. It's a great positioning from the wards from Johnny Cash, but still not quite committing for this is Grapefruit. The ward's probably just going to get right-click down here. A bit too deep as they get some damage into the mid-tier, or the bottom tier 1. Shackles back into the CHAZZ, keeping him locked down for a bit. There's a stun in from Undefined as Shadow Shaman completely caught out in the middle of the Monkey King Hall. Undefined rotating for this one as well, getting super close to that BKB, jumping forward with the Jingu stash, trying to find Hawkett, trying to find Deviant Knight. Is going to see both, gets pitted up by Deviant Knight, but still might continue to chase here. Hawkett loses his courier. That would have been the Agnum Shard. Orbs back into the trees below where that tier 1 used to be. Jumping on top is Undefined, does have another stun, but doesn't quite see the puck in the trees. Is running away now back towards, way over here. Juichi was trying to focus down Cheese or Jasper, one of the two, but they just turned it right back into him. The pit stolen by Rubik locks him down. And another fight win for No Sven. Almost 2 in a row there. Again, not too much for Undefined. Weaver still on top right now. Grapefruit working towards that Manta style, but BKB coming on Monkey King. Picked up. They're going to look for the tier 2 bottom. They still don't have a tier 1 in that mid lane. I think they did take that top tier 1 a little bit ago, but still, I think they might be able to be strong enough to contest this. They still have Juichi down. 20 seconds till he's back up. And yeah, I guess they don't want to push this too hard without Exorcism, especially with the space created by Grapefruit in the mid lane. Make sure that nothing's going to happen. Pit up is, well, that is also just a fantastic Rubik spell to steal, but this is like a really good Rubik game. I feel like there's a lot of spells that get amplified by Arcane Supremacy. Well, mostly stuns that get amplified. The damage is always nice, but the stuns seem incredibly strong, especially for Pit too. When you're playing against heroes like Puck and Wind Ranger, you don't have a lot of other lockdown for them. Be looking for Roche though as this game chills out for a little bit. We approach that 30-minute mark, get past it. Again, no Sven slightly on top as they accidentally popped 2 smokes right there. And because they used the 2 smokes, now it's a slight lead for Grapefruit. That's how close it is right now. We'll see Monkey King roaming through the jungle here. The scan actually spotting this out. Undefined just going to focus down the mid-tier 1. With the eggs here, it's just going to focus it down. Again, I think a future change Monkey King probably going to see is just getting rid of the ability for those to hit buildings. I think they can hit Roche as well. Which is like the other annoying thing you got to deal with, but... just able to push out the mid wave as well. Oh, the shackle shot this time, but there it misses the power shot. Not getting rid of the tree to T-pin locked down. The BKB coming out from Undefined. Gets a 2-man stun with the Boundless Strike, killing off the Shadow Shaman. Johnny casts money down. They do find the cheese in the background, but still, Grapefruit finds a kill, a triple kill for Undefined. A quick pop-off there. The shackle shot from way downtown on Undefined, but the power shot just missed to the right. So unfortunate. Would have been a huge kill on a Monkey King again before he's able to get that BKB off, but just turns, pops the ultimate, pops BKB, and it's 3 easy kills for Undefined. And back into the Roche pit they go. Did get some of the exorcism used there as well, but the big thing, Aegis on the Monkey King, Aegis. I alternate between saying Aegis and Aegis, of course.
Trust me, I know how to handle such power.
Shiva's as well now on CHAZZ. I have not burped. It was either yawning, if it was 2 minutes ago. Not because this game was boring, but also we have sat around quite a bit. Every fight is very paced by about 2 minutes. Well, no Sven being up by 2k now after winning that last one. Feels pretty good. And a 20-19 kill score. Grapefruit still on top. This is a Gleipnir pickup for Monkey King. I guess it's really good in your ultimate. And with the BKB picked up, you're probably still seeing quite a bit of damage output. Deals 222 damage. Yeah, I mean, that feels pretty legit. Feel like you maybe want it on somebody else so you can go for more damage items, but some utility on your core is nice as well. Still, you're gonna get some push from CHAZZ too, especially with the Shivas on him. I even see a rotation top lane as Johnny Cash Money potentially catching out Undefined, but still he's got that BKB. Smoke being popped by No Sven. They want to run into the high ground near the secret shop. Next to the tier 1 tower in the top lane, they do get stunned back on the Grapefruit. BKB popped. Undefined still looking for a place where his ultimate is caught out in the middle of the wards of cheese, immediately gone. Exorcism being used by CHAZZ as well. But instead, Monkey King turning this again, cleaning up 2 heroes with the BKB ultimate, locking them in and knocking them down. Double kill for Undefined as they lose 2 themselves. Let me look at that net worth. Yeah, it's still just a 1,000 gold lead there. Almost 2,000 for No Sven. The swing huge, and they're up by 4k now. Exorcism gonna see some use in the mid lane as well. Not quite that much, but still some extra damage as Undefined gonna clean this up afterward. Grapefruit maybe looking at bottom. The Scotty on top of him could potentially find a kill on to Jasper right now, but with the Yules, I think Jasper's probably fine. Pops out the E-Blade, able to sheep back into Grapefruit, maybe even steal off Sakuchi if he wants to. Does, just keeps him locked down for now. Might eventually drop here. Lockdown by Undefined. They get the damage. The right click's coming through Jasper with the last hit. CHAZZ even rotating all the way down from that TP to the bottom tier 1. And 35 minutes in, no spin looking real good. Still got the Aegis for about another minute 30 seconds. And they might even be able to go high ground right now. Get some rash pushed out, because look at where they're playing. On Grapefruit, they're completely outside the base. They might not go for the push though. Again, they're playing around Exorcism a lot. But I feel like this is an opening for them if they wanted to go for it. Exorcism up in 20 seconds, and they're gonna look for Hawkett instead. Misses the Boundless Strike. Has another orb soon. The silence being used there. Able to get away. And still not going for a push, and that timing getting tighter and tighter on the Aegis. Exorcism back up. And they might just find that last tier 2 before going high ground. Steal away both outposts as well. Let's see here. Is this Aeondis? No, this is Octarine. Recipes do look similar. Sheep coming soon on the CHAZZ. It's not soon, but still a couple of minutes. Especially with the Agnum Shard up on Rubik, you feel pretty good. Undefined, still just sitting on that Glepnir pickup after the BKB and looking for Abyssal. Didn't get the Skull Basher before that. It's maybe looking for a smoke. Before they can find the push, Aegis is gone. Yep. Do find that. CHAZZ now running back, trying to find a silence on the Grapefruit. They keep him locked in for now, able to get the silence, pops the BKB. And Time I just misclicked all the way. And you'll take the BKB charge usage. As Weaver now down to 7 seconds on the BKB. And this is Abyssal up and 500 gold for Undefined. And still not really committing to a push as no Sven. Very methodical about this game. Building up this 9k lead. You know, they'll take the stomp game 1 and just take their time in game 2 to make sure they can get the elusive 2-0. That helps you out so much in the group stage. Eggs up now on CHAZZ as well. If he wants to try and go into the mid lane, gets the Aether Remnant back in, going for a lift after that as well, keeping the Grapefruit locked down. They're not going to commit for the kill, just playing it safe with CHAZZ. Thought he might try and go for the silence there too, just to see if they could get another BKB charge, but I think it might have still been on cooldown. Didn't the cooldown used to scale on BKB as well? I feel like. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it did. They find this is a pretty dead Shadow Shaman now. Unlike Weaver, Shadow Shaman is just gonna get exploded. Weaver has that Scotty, of course, and you know, Puck's the other big target there too. Does have a Yules himself, but I don't know if his health is gonna be enough to survive the burst coming through from no Sven. Just the damage, way too much from them. Undefined now with the Abyssal, looking for MKB to finish off this game. Most likely will be his 6th slot. And 6 slots on... Okay, CHAZZ still working on the sheep. And I think Eggs after that, potentially. I think it's probably Eggs after that, just to give you the extra push. A lot of wave clear, too, from them at that point. I looked at support items. Octarine Core picked up by Jasper. And this is a disgusting Rubik. In 4 levels in Arcane Supremacy, plus every single stolen spell being on a lesser cooldown, getting health from that too. This is a tanky Rubik. It's hard to kill. Roshan is back up. That's a shorter spawn, actually. So able to find that again if no spend wants it. No real big worries about running into the pit either, even if they have vision on you. Don't even have to be afraid. Power shot just barely missing undefined there. I forgot to center the 0-1. I just remembered that I forgot to center. This has probably been very infuriating for people. There we go. I don't think I'm missing anything. Nope. And now that I mentioned it, you're probably also angry if you didn't notice it. So, there you go. I said I wouldn't forget it, and then I did. There goes that plan. Technically still remembered it. Oh, the TP's so close. I believe that was from, yeah, that was from Hockett there. It's almost finding him as Jasper. Is this, no, it's not plus the talent. Okay. Weaver 24. Plus 4 swarm attacks to kill. Pretty nice. We'll just get Roche here. They can get vision on it, but I don't know if a steal is even possible. They might just be able to run back out at them with Cheese picked up on CHAZZ. They're just playing it safe this game. Making sure they can find this. Cheese is going to run high ground. Nope. Thinks about it again. Does a double take. Goes back into, this time Juichi getting a bit caught out by Undefined. Able to pop BKB there. Locking down the Shadow Shaman up on the high ground. The Monkey King ult comes out. Shadow Shaman gone. Deleted. Ward's going to be gone as well. And Exorcism even being used by CHAZZ here. They don't really have a push to follow up after this. So they don't get this fight. Get a couple more kills. I think it might just be a little bit of a waste of time for no spend. But out comes the Minotaur Horn for Undefined. Keeping himself alive for a bit longer, at least on the, out of lockdown for a bit longer. CHAZZ getting super low during this Exorcism even. And they just don't have a wave to push Exorcism being used. They still have the Cheese, they still have the Aegis, but the abilities are really where it counts. Only getting one kill off that and losing Cheese. As Cheese tried to make a play happen, but they didn't quite have damage. BKB popped by the Wind Ranger, and now Grapefruit gonna find Undefined in the jungle. Just the right clicks coming through, but it's a battle of the ages. Not quite enough right click there from Undefined, and now he might just die to Juichi plus Grapefruit. He's still got the Aegis, so he would come back after this, but Invis there, able to turn this back into the coil after on his two teammates. CHAZZ getting locked down into the pit as well, keeping Grapefruit a little bit lower, but not quite enough for the kill. Does still have the Cheese, still got the Aegis. They can continue to go. Undefined getting some kills back, gets the lifesteal from the Jingu as well, and he's going to be A-okay. Lifting up, the right clicks there. Jasper getting the last out on the Deviant Knight. You only lose the Witch Doctor for that one. And another big gold swing there for no Sven. So they can now push out bottom lane. And again, no Exorcism for this push, but you still got Cheese, you still got Aegis. Somehow, you still have Aegis. Undefined getting so low there. Blinking in is the Wind Ranger. Can't quite find the kill, though. Gets Sheep. He's still got an Abyssal as well. Wind Ranger almost dead, but able to run away. Wind Run Abyss, or BKB'd. Survives. Grapefruit gonna time-lapse back onto the high ground. Right clicks now from Undefined. Not enough to clean him up after that. To get a Sheep back, or the Chicken back onto CHAZZ, but not really going to lock him down for too long. Silence back into the puck. They aren't going to keep him locked down, but look at the shackle this time from Juichi. Locking down the two cores. They can't commit for a kill. A final there. On to Hockett. And they will just back off for now. They have Exorcism in 8 seconds. Losing the Aegis, they still got the Cheese. I think they could still push, but I'm not quite sure. They might just feel like these fights have been super close, but they haven't exactly been like the cleanest of starts for them, especially that one where Cheese is jumping into the high ground without the team really expecting it. If they can just get an Exorcism onto the high ground and start hitting a tower, I think they're basically set. It's just really up to how much damage CHAZZ can do. Maybe even needs a BKB of his own this game. Puck's still without eggs. Working on an MKB2 is Undefined. Very close to picking that up. Might even buy out for it too. Again, doesn't have the Aegis anymore, but a little bit of a smoke coming out from Grapefruit. Seem just not be able to find these today. The smoke's just a little bit off the mark for this series. Grapefruit misses another one. They will find Blakebrand though. I guess you could count that as hitting. Potentially. Kind of after it, but still able to find a kill onto the support. A little bit of pick off again. The power shot just barely missing the Monkey King. Would have stunned him for it, but that they do run into the high ground, find Grapefruit. Do they have any lockdown after this? Sheep not able to come out and lock down onto the Rubik instead, but the shackle shot there on Undefined, but where's the damage? They don't quite have the focus fire yet. They want to keep Undefined locked inside these wards, jumping onto the Pit Lord Uber in time. So they all back up. Oh, they just lost the Monkey King. Undefined gets caught out. I wasn't expecting him to die. He just dies to the wards. Johnny Cash Money just might have made the play of the game there. As Undefined drops, I don't even get it on camera. I thought he would just right click out of that, but apparently that's enough damage and it's the cleanup. And again, it's another exorcism used outside of an objective. Grapefruit kind of coming back on this. They're looking strong now. About a 15k gold lead for No Sven still. I might try and find Grapefruit up in the jungle. So they do spot the Weaver here, but this is still a hard kill to pick up. Need a sheep or something pre-hand. There's the lift as well as the sheep. Aether Remnant missing. Do they have enough damage after that? Silence there. The Minotaur Horn used. This Grapefruit can get away with the 25 talent. Still gonna chase though is Jasper. He's able to stay on top of him. The chase is away. Grapefruit going for the juke. Might run back into Blakebrand. They spot him there. They're running back down towards the bounty rune. But not gonna keep going after that. A very long respawn time for the Monkey King. He does have the MKB picked up, as we have still a little bit before that Roshan. The first smoke of this series, I think, for No Sven. I could be wrong, but first 5-man smoke anyway. So they're feeling a bit of their lead slipping right now, and they want to try and just get a free pick off because of it. Hawkett again, the shackle shot connecting, but not quite enough to save the teammate, save the puck. It almost gets it done. Going for the TP away is Johnny Cash Money. They don't quite have a stun. Shaman away, and we'll see if they want to push with the exorcism this time. Just seems like a lot of waiting this game. 66 seconds without the puck. Does not have buyback either. About 48 minutes in this game, No Sven. I mean, with a 16k gold lead, they still look strong, but how do you break the high ground? They're just so much D-push with from the Pit Lord, from the puck, from the power shots. Have to deal with the wards as well, just being dropped on the high ground. And Roshan in 20 seconds. Getting close. I think we got tier 4 items as well, right? Yes. Yes, we did. We might get to tier 5 items. We'll see. It's feeling like this game is gonna go to tier 5. Unless there's like a team wipe fight right here. But I'm not sure this is gonna happen. And looks actually a pretty good start for Grapefruit. But look at the coconut back between the two. Back and forth it goes. The BKB being used by Juichi. And they bring down the Weaver. Blakebrand with a beautiful start to the fight. They do have a buyback for the Weaver. But still an excellent kill. They even clean up Deviant Knight as well, I believe. He needs one more hit for the Jingu, keeping him locked down. Rubik Jasper might be able to get the last of. Yes, he does. Puck jumping in as well. He doesn't have that buyback still from that last fight. Able to get away here, though, after the blink. Phase shifts. not able to get away. And the buyback on Weaver, that's how they're going to have to make this defense. Again, the Exorcism not really being put to use pushing, but this tower is super low. I think they could still push this. Pit Lord is down. I think they could definitely still push this with how low this tower is. They seem very, very passive this game. This is like a completely different no-spend team.
This'll come in handy.
Very strange. I guess I don't know if it's just because the Exorcism isn't up and they have this, like, if Exorcism isn't up, we're not gonna push. But there's like 3 or 4 times now in this game where it feels like no Sven could have been pushing and just deciding to go from the jungle anyway. Monkey King is 6 slotted for the most part. It looks like he's just upgrading the eggs or maybe dropping out the power chads. Going for Scotty before that. We are gonna have Roche up too, so.
Such mimicry.
I don't want to go for the jugular. That's what I'm not seeing from No Sven. They don't want to end this game. It feels like there's multiple points. They could have really just made this game so much harder for Grapefruit, but they're kind of just letting them stick around. Does look really good for No Sven right now. And as soon as this high ground push happens, I think we'll see. They have no buybacks on the Weaver. He did force that out. But again, it's the power shots, it's the firestorms, pushing the waves back. It's so hard for you to push this game. Like a pipe or something. Cheese up on cheese. That might be a meme. They have 2 cheeses now. They never used the first one. Aegis on Monkey King, and I believe... Is that Refresher? No, it's Refresher on the 4th death. I believe that's the Egg Shard. But who got the Egg Shard? Is it Death Prophet? No. Okay. Wait, is it not Egg Shard? Oh no, he... Okay. I see what happened. He just didn't spend the money, he just took the Egg Shard there, and that's kind of greedy. Always feels bad as a support when your cores do that. Is Demon Knight just gets caught out. That might actually just be a high ground push right there. Demon Knight dying is huge. And they might just be able to clean it up with more cheese jumping in. Does get the Shackle. Look at that range from Johnny Cash Money, but still can't find much. Shackle shot coming out. Cheese dropping. Can't get the cheese off himself. Does have a buyback, but still instead, Grapefruit having to pop the time lapse there. He cannot die. He has no buyback. So they go back into the barracks here, getting the full use of this Exorcism into the building. Seems like the first time this game, really. The damage back into Hocket. They bring him down. Grapefruit as well gets abyssaled up, but they don't quite have the damage to finish him off afterward. Keeping Juichi locked down as well. Sakuchi being used. They want to maybe look at more. Now comes the ward. The sheep coming out. CHAZZ not quite committing. Jasper jumping in, not committing either. They can keep pushing. Just because Exorcism down doesn't mean you have to quit. Okay. They got it. Yeah, I think this is definitely the right play now. Just take probably Megas. I don't know if you go for the game. You can maybe force something, but Blinky and Juichi, they know this is kind of like the do or die fight. The stun coming through from Undefined, not quite bringing down Juichi, but look at the right clicks from the eggs on the Monkey King. There's just so many there running through there with the MKB. Wind Ranger melts, and now they can clean up Grapefruit, who has no buyback. No buyback on the Wind Ranger. Grapefruit calls GG. And a nice clean 2-0 for No Sven. Second game, definitely a lot harder for them. It felt like a Death Prophet lineup that didn't play around the Death Prophet, which was the weirdest part. They like never pushed with Exorcism once, other than the last fight of that game. No Sven went from game 1 being a team that was super aggressive, taking fights often, and really just shoving it down Grapefruit's throat. How far ahead they were to game 2. Every time they had an advantage, they were really hesitant to push, and it just elongates that game. I think Grapefruit did play a lot better in game 2. But still, just a great series from No Sven, looking strong. Couple things to improve on, but you'll take the 2-0 in the group stage. Like I said, it's pretty hard to pick up. But yeah, that's it. 2-0 for No Sven, MD2L. I think there might be other matches going on. 40k net worth on the Rubik. What the fuck? He actually out-farmed Undefined somehow. That's impressive from Jasper. Decent amount of damage. Who actually did most damage that game? Yeah, it was Monkey King, of course. I thought Rubik might be up there. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I think I'm doing more MD2L tomorrow too. I'm doing Zero Escapes game or something, but I'll see. Peace out.